Hi there, this is Paul from WPGeni, and in this tutorial video I'm going to show you the two most important things that you need to do for your website. So the first one is to make backups of your website, and the second is to perform basic maintenance on your website as well. Okay, so let's dive straight in. So this is our demo site. I'm just going to go into the back end of the site by going to WP-admin. Then we get our login screen. I'm going to go ahead and click on login, and then that gives us our dashboard. Okay, so you can already tell that we have some software updates that we need to do as part of our basic maintenance. But the first thing that we need to do is we need to back up our website. Okay, so if you do not have a backup plugin installed on your website, it is really good that you do that. So I highly recommend a plugin called Updraft Plus Backups. So if you go to plugins and go add new, and in the search bar over to the right, just type in Updraft Plus. So this is already installed for me, but that's it there. So Updraft Plus WordPress Backup Plugin. So go ahead, click on the install button, and then once that installs, click on the activate button that will appear there. Okay, so if you, but only install this if you don't see any other backup plugin in your website. Okay, so have a look under settings and have a look for any backup plugin. Have a look down in the menu area to see if you don't have any backups in there as well. Also, you can go and have a look in your plugin list and see if there is any plugins that do backups of any sort. Okay, so if you do have a plugin that does backups, then I highly recommend you to create a backup using that plugin. If that fails, then I would deactivate that plugin and I would install Updraft Plus Backup Restore plugin, because it is actually really quite great. Okay, so you can see here that we've actually got some updates to do on some of these plugins. So these are really super important to do on our websites. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and do a backup of the website. Okay, you can see that I've already got two here, but I'm going to go ahead and run another backup. So all we do is basically click backup now. Okay, so click on the backup now button, and then we include the database and we include the files in the backup. So make sure that they're ticked and ready to go, and then just click the backup now button. Okay, so depending on the size of your website, this could take some time. So you might have to just run this backup and then come back and check to make sure that it's run. And then when it is finished, you'll see a notification saying that it's run. And under the existing backups, you'll see something like this, where there are backups actually already being run. So that's the most important thing, okay? Having backups is really super important. Just while that is backing up, I'll go to the settings tab in this plugin, and there is a way that you can set a schedule for the files backup and the database backup. So I've set it to weekly, and I've added the number 4 there. So I've got 4 weeks of backups, and then I've got database set to daily, and I've got essentially 2 weeks of daily database backups as well. So the database is really important because that stores all the content, all the written content on your website. So if you lose all that, then you've got to rewrite all that, and it can take a lot of time and money. The other cool thing about this plugin is you can send the backups off your server. Okay, so these backups or any other backup plugin, out of default mode, will save the backups to the server, the same website, the website server that the website's sitting on. So this is not really that great, because if the website server goes down, then you would potentially lose your backups as well, right? So it's really best to send your backups to another third-party server. Okay, so here at WPGeni, we always send all our clients that we manage off to use Amazon S3. So we've got an Amazon S3 account, and we send all our client backups there, and it's really great. So the other place that you could store it is in Google Drive. So Google Drive is really great as well. So there's a bit of a setup in that. So once you click on that, it then tells you what you need to get and what you need to do for that. So, but I won't go into that in this. So then once you've set those settings, just go and save the changes, and then that's done. So we'll go back and check our backup. So that's still running, and it will be done very soon. Okay, great. So now the backup has been completed, so we can go back into our existing backups tab, and we can see that this has now been completed. So you'll notice that there are 5 different backup data here. So the database, plugins, themes, uploads, and others. So the database is obviously the database which stores all your content, all the text, which is very important. The plugins are, of course, all the functionality that runs your website. The theme is what makes your website look the way it does. Uploads is where all your media files sits, or your images. And others are some other information that might be on the server, just some htaccess files and all that sort of stuff, which is a little bit complicated. I won't go into. So essentially, all you need to do is you can click on the database or any of these, and you can generate the file, and then you can download them directly to your computer. So that's always a really good way to keep the data off your server. So if you're coming in here once a week, or if you have a staff member that's coming in here once a week, get them to download the files and store them in a secure place on your on your computer. If you ever need to restore your website files to the previous versions, you can just click on Restore and then select which ones that you would like to restore. So if after doing a plugin update, it breaks the site or does something to the site in a way that it just doesn't make it look right, so you can come in and do a plugin restore, and that will then restore it back to the point where it was before. So, which is really great. Okay, so that's step 1. That's really important. So we can set up the obviously the automated backup. So that's really important that that's happening. And really do set up a third-party server to send the backups to. That is really paramount. Okay, so now we've done that, we can now go and do our updates to our plugins and theme file. Okay, so we've come in here, and we've got the duplicator and the Ocean Extra plugins, and we've also got Ocean WP theme. I think there's another one as well which isn't loading just yet. It will. So I'll go ahead and select all on the plugins and click on the Update Plugins button, and this shouldn't take too long at all. Cool, so that's almost done, and then we return back to our WordPress updates page. There we go, cool. So we'll do the Elementor Pro. Okay, so we'll do an update on that plugin. That's very important. Okay, so that's done, and we'll go and do our last update on our theme file. Great, excellent. Okay, so just a note on another software update that you might see that you might need to do, which is the WordPress software update. So if you ever see a notice up the top saying WordPress new version is out, update now, then I highly recommend that you go ahead and do that. Not only for the safety and security of your website, but because you just want to keep everything up to date. There's new functionality and features in the newer versions of WordPress, and it just makes your website just sing much better. But of course, do a backup before you update any plugins or run any manual updates to your software. And so there we have it, guys. So that's it. So that all the plugins and all the themes and all the software is up to date now on this website. And I hope this has really given you an idea of how easy it is to update and maintain your website and also run backups. If you are ever needing help with all of this, the team at WPGeni.com is here to help you. So if you don't have time for any of this, or if you're looking for somebody else to look after your website for you, and because you should be actually focusing more on your business instead of focusing on this sort of stuff, then give us a call at WPGeni or shout out to us on our website contact page, or you can give me a call directly and we can have a chat about which plan is suitable for your website, and then we can go from there. So thanks very much for watching. Hope that's helped, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.